What's up, folks? It's Brian. I'm doing nothing at all on a Saturday night because just not. I was just going through my comics, trying to organize this shit, and in the middle of doing that, I was also looking at us, background noise, watching videos and stuff, and I stumbled on Tim's video again, his contest, and I watched it once or twice already, and I've been meaning to do a video. I just haven't bothered to take the time to write down anything. So um, I have now, and I'm going to, real quick, just participate in your video or in your contest, Tim. Um, just because it seems like something fun to do. So I guess the first one was, what do you lend or I don't lend shit to anybody when it comes to my comic books. Kind of like you and your single issues. I will. I mean, I let my kids read my books, and I let them read my trades. But honestly, I don't lend. I definitely don't lend my single issues out to anybody. That's not family, and I really don't buy a lot of trades. I buy some trades every once in a while. Uh, with that being said, that I don't trust people with my comics very often. I'm just going to get into what I'm recommending to people right now, what I'm enjoying, and what I recommend. And most of what and it's kind of like it's mostly image books right now because I don't really recommend a lot of superhero stuff to people because I figure it's the superhero genre and they are exposed to it through cartoons on TV, and they're exposed to it through mass media, through movies, television shows, and everything like that now. So I have a feeling that if they are interested in reading superhero stuff, that they can, that they're already being exposed to it. I mean, who doesn't know who Spider-Man is? Who doesn't know who Superman is? Who doesn't know who all of the X-Men are? Or the main characters in the X-Men, at least, I mean, if you're interested in the Flash, everybody knows who the Flash is, and if you don't, all you have to do is watch The Big Bang Theory and watch Sheldon running around on caffeine. Um, so I really feel like for the most part, the big ones for DC and Marvel are out there. So with that being said, real quick, I am going to say that I do recommend the all new X-Men to everybody because. When I first read about it, or when I first heard about it, I thought, "Oh my God, what a horrible idea!" You know what? Why are they bringing back the original X-Men forward in time and all this? And that's my initial reaction. Then I read the book, and this is issue 14. So the writing, so it's Bendis. It's Stan Lee of the 2000s or of the new century. So. It's pretty good writing. And Stuart Immonen, I'm telling you guys, this guy's just developed as an artist and become, in my opinion, very, very good. The only reason I don't have my books in order right now, so I just kind of went through real quick and just grabbed whatever an issue that I liked with the cover from the title that I wanted to talk about. So anyways, I recommend All New X-Men to people. There are trades out now. They can pick those up for fairly inexpensive. But this cover I'm picking because it's got the Art Nouveau style that I really like a lot in general. And so I just think this is a really nice cover. And so yeah, superhero wise, this is the one title right now that I recommend. Although I do read, I mean, you guys see all the other stuff that I do read in addition to that. Now, I've picked books from different genres, sort of. So, the other one that right now I'm recommending a lot to people that I mean, from the very first, it was in the back of Walking Dead 115, just like 4 pages, I think. From the moment I saw those pages, I was like, wow. I read those and I was like, I got to get this book on my pull list. And so I did. This is a Manifest Destiny, and this is issue number 7. I picked this one because it's the, how can I forget? It's McFarlane and Mark Silvestri, two of my favorite artists from the Marvel era. The early '90s, late '80s, early '90s, and they followed through to the Image, where I enjoyed a lot of their work. And so here is another book that I recommend because it's got, I mean, it's got the historical kind of thing going in the sense that it's based on actual historical figures, but with a definite twist. And it's got monsters and stuff, and so you can't go wrong with monsters and shit. And Lewis and Clark, I mean, come on. So Manifest Destiny is another title that I recommend a lot. This book, or this title, um, is Liberty Meadows, and it's by Frank Cho, who's one of my favorite creators. Now, I don't remember when, I don't know if it was when I was living in Italy or New Jersey or what, but I remember stumbling upon Liberty Meadows online, a comic strip online, and it's just funny. It's humorous, it's fun to read. Frank Cho's artwork is solid. It's clean. He's got clean lines. His characters that he developed, Oscar the Wiener Dog, and this is Brandy. And then if you've ever read it, you know Leslie the hypochondriac frog, Ralph the bear, Dean the pig, Frank the veterinarian. It's just a crazy cast of characters, and they're all living at an animal sanctuary. And Brandy kind of runs. I don't know what she does exactly besides being the object of Frank's unrequited love. And Frank's the veterinarian, takes care of all the animals. Anyways, I recommend Liberty Meadows to anybody because it's just fun. It's like sitting down with the comic strip from the newspaper is basically what it was, and it's just a great read. I love Liberty Meadows and Frank Cho's work. Now, to hit on the science fiction, because so all of my books are kind of different genres. Like people would, for the people who like, animation type of stuff, animated movies and stuff, they would really like Liberty Meadows. Now, for people who like science fiction, I believe that they couldn't go wrong with Black Science. It's the writing on this is solid. The artwork is good. I like it. I actually, this is the guy I believe who does the Wake, and I'm actually enjoying his work in this more than in the Wake. So, Black Science is a dark, fun science fiction type of book, and I like it, so I recommend this book to folks too. Now, for those dorks out there that are into D&D and that kind of thing, you could probably relate to Rat Queens. And because this, again, and mostly with the exception of Black Science, and maybe the all new X-Men, most of these books are books that are fun to read. And so the old lady at the drugstore when I was a kid who yelled at me for reading the funny books finally got it right. These are funny books. So Rat Queens, I think the D&D fantasy type of people are into that kind of thing could probably find something in this book to enjoy, because I mean you got she's some sort of wizard. She's like, I think they call her a smidget, maybe, I don't remember what they call her. She's a dwarf who shaves her beard because she does. I don't remember what she is. Anyways, they're all like archetypes of the D&D kind of thing, and they're a little adventuring group. So if you're into D&D, science or fantasy aspect of things, then you would probably enjoy Rat Queens. And the next one is just out of sheer strangeness, just because the concept is so strange to me, but it works so well in this book, and this book is very humorous to me. Chew is just a great book. Tony Chu is a detective, and he has this power that anything that he eats, he knows its history. So this is where it gets weird. When he's stymied on a case, he'll take a bite out of the victim and figure out how they were killed. Horrible, horrible, cannibalistic sounding, disgusting thing. But these guys pull it off. It's a good read. It's fun. It's funny, and I like it. And I recommend this to a lot of people too. Now, this last one is it's if he ever comes out on a regular basis, The Goon is a great book to read. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to read it and hold your breath till the next one comes out. But I like The Goon because, one, I really really love the art style. It looks to me like he could have been drawing. The way it's colored, I think it looks to me like it could have been colored in crayon, almost, and it's just a really like. It looks different than most other comic books, and in a good way. But basically, the Goon is a mob enforcer with his little sidekick Frankie, and they're in a world that seems like it's back in the the 30s, 40s, and that the weird part is you throw in monsters like zombies and witches and warlocks and giant squid and just crazy shit like that, and it's a fun and entertaining comic book to read. So those are my recommendations, or those are what I recommend to people right now. So I'm gonna go with, real quick to recap, the all new X-Men, Manifest Destiny, Liberty Meadows, Black Science, Raccoons, Chew, and The Goon, if it ever comes out again after this last issue that came out recently. So that's it for the first part of the question, or the first question. Now the second question, it's a pretty simple answer. I don't really care who writes it, and I don't really care what book it is, as long as there's not long flowing capes. But I want to see Todd McFarlane come back and do and pencil a book on a regular basis for a while. I understand the guy's busy with McFarlane, his whole enterprise that he's got going, his empire. But man, for him to not draw is just a travesty. And the only reason I say I don't want to see anything with a lot of capes is because, with Spawn and capes everywhere, it's just, that part of it was a little overshadowed. And I'm not looking to see him come back and do Spider-Man again, because that would just be too cliche. But could you imagine him doing, I don't know, Captain America? Yeah, any of the X titles, I guess, would be fun, just because they're X titles. You could see him doing the Avengers. That would be really cool. Daredevil would kind of, I'm not a huge Daredevil fan, but, I think he could pull Daredevil off pretty easily. The Green Arrow might be interesting. Or, I don't know. I don't really want to see him do Batman. He already took a swing at Batman. Not the title, but just, Spawn and Batman. And he also, got a start on that, was a Batman 4 or Detective Comics 423, something like that, 432. I don't remember the number. But yeah, so I would just really like to see McFarlane do anything on a regular basis for a little while. So, Tim, congratulations on 100 subs. Sorry I'm late getting to this. But, yeah. You guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Yow.